Well, this is a Presepio, the town of Bethlehem. It tells the story of Jesus Christ's birth, and it depicts all the shepherds and angels and the town. It took me about 240 hours to build this, about 10 weeks, and I enjoyed it very much in building it. It was a lot of fun. It started back in the 1300s, the history of the Presepio from St. Francis of Assisi. After a visit to the Holy Land, he came back and he asked one of the local artists to build some statuettes so that he could tell the story. Back in the early days, many Christians could not read. So the story was told by showing them, and that's the Presepio, so that people could relate. I grew up with it. This is really a tribute to my father. When I was growing up in Italy, he loved Christmas, and the Presepio was one of his greatest things that he would create every year. As we immigrated to Canada in 1974, he brought some of the pieces with him, and within the first Christmas, he started recreating the Presepio here in Canada for many years, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. After he passed, my brothers and sisters all said, you know, Orazio, you're gonna inherit Dad's pieces, because we know down the road you will recreate what Dad used to do. So, you know, I pay tribute to my father, because I remember growing up and watching the Presepio, and it brought me a lot of joy and my brothers and sisters. This year I rebuilt it. I wanted to do something a little bit bigger in scale and put a lot more detail in it. From the bricks and the mortar and all the shepherd and the landscape, I wanted to do something that was unique and original. Well, my kids were very impressed. Even now, they're in awe every time they see it, and I'm very happy about that, because I'm hoping someday it's going to go to one of them, and they will have to carry on the torch, just like it was handed to me. My grandchildren, I love to see my grandchildren's eyes as they gaze through it, and the questions they're asking. Why was Jesus born in a manger? Why couldn't he go into a building where it was warm and everything else? Why was that story the way it was? So it's nice to kind of share that story with my grandkids, my wife and I, and share the story of Jesus' birth. And now they're able to understand, and they know why Christmas, why this date, why we celebrate this as Roman Catholics, as Christians. When I lived with Mom and Dad, I used to go in the room where he built the Presepio. I used to sit there and just reflect why we celebrate what we celebrate in this time of year. And the Presepio does that very much. So I'm hoping that people that see this, it brings them some peace and joy, love, and hopefully kindness to do some good in the world.